each one of this board and each one of the people in the room to participate in government and ability to make your views known and make decisions. We'd ask that you would guide our decisions and guide the things we do. We thank you for this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have roll call, please.
Moss,
Here.
Greggy is excused. Brumman. Here. Johnston.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. So I have some stuff to add to new business. Adjustment for MEI contract, amount. We have opioid committee request. Carol.
And if I may add one additional thing, Mr. Chairman. And that is a correction of the minutes. Which I'll be happy to read from the prior minutes.
Okay. And then we have a budget amendment on the opioid settlement fund. So I guess, we have a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Any discussion? Carol, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
At this time, Mr. Chairman, I would like to enter in, at our September 4th meeting, we had a motion made by you, supported by me, to approve the pre-authorized claims. The check numbers were incorrect. The correct check numbers are 20 on the e-checks is 2441, 2448, and I would move that correction be made.
Or 48, is that?
Correct.
You have to have a roll call on that, or you know, it's,
Vote for it.
we'll do a roll call then. If it's, has money to do with money.
Small,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, public comment, state your name, your township. 3 minutes.
I'll go first. Dave Hanson, Building and Grounds. I apologize for not getting in the agenda. Been kind of a busy time of year. The one thing that we have to put into effect is our snow plowing contract. As you know, John, who our local contractor, retired. We switched companies last year, because he basically took over John's contracts. This year we'd like to put it out for bid and find out what some of our other options are. I've talked with Carolyn, who's in charge of the Harbortown project. We'd like to take one ad out in the paper, because they're all technically kind of underneath the Alcona County guidance. We'd like to put in the Alcona paper and the Oscoda paper, basically starting next week. Carolyn and I are trying to put all the paperwork together. And then it would be in the paper for 3 weeks. The deadline would be 2 o'clock, October 11th. That's a Friday afternoon. That would give us time to get them here. We could look at them over Monday, Tuesday. Then the commissioners meeting is that Wednesday. We could bring them in and go over them. Because basically, until we open them up, basically after the second, they're all gonna be just sealed bids in the clerk's office. And then we'll go over them and then basically present them at the board meeting, what we recommend. If that would be your approval, because Carol and I would basically be looking over them together. So we're looking for approval to go ahead and do that.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to suggest with Dave's concurrence that we allow him to open the bids prior to our board meeting.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
21st. And that way he can pull that together and have it ready for us.
Wait, more on that?
Pardon?
I can say that.
We need a motion to go for bids first.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. We're looking for a motion to go out for bid.
We can include it all in that motion.
Yeah.
If that's your motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion that we go out for bids for snow plowing, allow Dave to open the bids.
I'll support it.
Present them to the board.
No, what date is, it'd be the October
everything you said.
Yeah.
Six,
16th, the meeting of the 16th.
meeting of the 16th, then we can formalize.
We would open them on the 14th, probably.
Correct.
And work them over,
And then present it to the board on the 16th.
Yes.
because we'll be requesting insurance and all of that, and we'll have to affirm that that is in place.
Yeah, and I know before you had said trying to keep somebody local close to, the
Right,
problem is when they get too far away.
yeah, trying to get it here on a timeline that we need them.
Hey, we have, motion and support. Yes, we're done with discussion. Roll call. Just, all right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Any other public comment?
Hi, my name is Erin Keegan. I'm a resident of Alcona Township. I'd like to request an investigation into contractor negligence and the building department oversight. I'd like to formally request your assistance in addressing serious issues regarding the contractor Dave Murphy Builders LLC of Alpena and Alcona County Building Department related to a repair project at my residence. The project, which involved mold remediation as well as replacement of the roof sheathing and insulation, was not completed, and this has resulted in significant additional damage to my home. Despite hiring a licensed contractor, the workmanship fell far below acceptable standards. Repairs remain unfinished, and the damage caused to my property due to their negligence has left me facing substantial costs to redo the entire project. This has caused not only financial hardship, but significant inconvenience by interfering with daily life activities and preventing the start of planned projects. Specific issues include damage to the roof panels. The newly installed roof panels are extremely discolored and show signs of rust. The roof sheathing has multiple chips near the ridge vent and it's now covered in mold. The insulation appeared dirty prior to installation and was improperly placed over contaminated construction debris. It was not correctly installed, with sections torn and carelessly stuffed around the bathroom fitted box. Additionally, it sustained water damage from condensation dripping from the ridge vent and was further damaged during the February 2024 inspection when Dave Murphy Jr. stepped on it. The baffles were not installed correctly, thus preventing proper airflow. This was not acknowledged and blown-in insulation was recommended, which would have led to even more serious problems. There's also several areas where the ceiling drywall is damaged during the project and they remain unrepaired. Throughout this process, the contractor and building inspector have tried to shift blame onto the bathroom fan, which was functioning properly and up to code before any work was performed by Dave Murphy Builders LLC. This appears to be an attempt to evade responsibility for the poor quality of their work and the inadequate oversight by the building department. I have cooperated fully by making my home accessible for multiple inspections, including 2 by Harry Harvey in the presence of members of Dave Murphy Builders and 1 by Keith Krenz. Unfortunately, none of these inspections resulted in meaningful action, and the inspectors and contractor failed to address critical issues such as the improper installation of the baffles. As a resident and taxpayer, I expect licensed contractors to be held to high standards of professionalism and accountability. Moreover, I rely on the Alcona County Building Department to conduct thorough inspections to ensure compliance with safety and quality regulations. Regrettably, neither the contractor nor the building department has fulfilled their obligations, and I have been left to deal with the consequences. This ordeal has already negatively impacted my health, and the conditions in my attic pose further serious health concerns. The moisture problems created by the improper installation of the insulation and baffles has led to toxic mold. Exposure to toxic mold can lead to an array of health problems, including but not limited to memory loss, trouble with focus and concentration, confusion, disorientation, mood swings, depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, eye irritation, nasal congestion, cough, difficulty breathing, headaches, skin rashes, gastrointestinal disturbances, and death. Given the gravity of these issues, I respectfully request your intervention. I urge you to investigate the actions of both the contractor and the building department to ensure accountability and prevent further future harm to other residents. Thank you for your time and attention to this serious matter, and I'm willing to provide any further information or documentation that may assist in resolving this issue. And I can provide copies, the complaint to everyone that it is.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? No, I think. Bob?
Dr. Bob Turek, Harrisville Township. I'm here on behalf of the ACCOA with my fellow director Pam McKinnon to invite you all, as well as the public and your families. We're having a kind of a preview, sneak peek of the ACCOA project, senior bungalows, as well as the senior community center on Sunday, October 20th. And that'll go from 12 to 5, and there'll be guided tours, there'll be refreshments. You know, if you're like me, I don't go over there and bother them too much while they're working, so a lot of it, the senior bungalows, I hadn't seen for quite a long time. It's gonna be on a Sunday because they're working 6 days a week, so we don't want to interfere with them, so it's Sunday, 12 to 5, October 20th. Tours back to the bungalows as well as everything inside there. And then we'll have the formal grand opening with dignitaries such as yourself, back in January. So, but this is good for the public. Everybody's invited to come. And I hope to see y'all there.
Thank you. Any other public comment? I don't think we have anyone online. So with that, I think we have no presentations. We have no unfinished business. I guess. And the new business, the claims, I guess I'll make a motion to approve pre-authorized claims and open claims presented for payment between September 4th of 24 and September 17th of 24. For check numbers 155-389 to 155-496 and e-checks 2449 to 2455 for a grand total of $495,900.01.
Support.
We got support. Any discussion?
That number's right, Karen?
Yeah. Okay, roll call?
Small,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes.
Yes. On to the county L 4029, the tax rate request. I think we're looking,
if you have a question.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have. This is on the, we're here.
Yeah.
Like all we have to do we have to make a motion to have the chair sign this?
Yes, I believe so, correct.
And so. So,
Now we're looking for any questions, that's where we're at, those are the current millage rates, yeah, right? Very good. Well, I'll make a motion that we.
Authorize.
Chair authorize, thank you.
authorize.
And that just works, Andy. Authorize the chair to sign.
Support.
Any other further discussion? I think it's pretty much. Textbook. Okay, I think that's just a roll call. Well, then we'll do a roll call on it.
Small,
Yes.
Yax,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brumman.
Yes.
Okay, next business is, the DHHS member appointment.
Chairman, I would like to move that we, appoint Mary Weber for the new opening. And I don't have a closure date on that, I just realized.
Says
Oh, I'm
3
sorry,
years,
that's.
it's a 3 years, so.
I'm sorry.
Any other discussion? This is the one that we put Marion, we appointed her, and she's just continuing from here out.
She filled out the term that she was, that
Yes,
was vacant, and now she's starting a new full term.
perfect. Aye, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations, Mary. Okay, now on the equalization department requested price schedule, I'm sorry.
So I think this came up at the last meeting, a little bit, didn't it? We had to talk about it a little bit.
No, we didn't. Not the one that you weren't at, I don't think that ever got brought up.
So this is, I brought it up 2 meetings ago that you're gonna try and get, a detailed breakout of what, some rate changes and costs. We've called around this area counties, and looked at what the going rate is. And we feel like we fell right into fair pricing. I think I emailed it all, I think everybody got an email for a couple weeks ago. Everybody had a chance, I think. Carolyn, or some couple people had a chance to talk to Lauren. Equalization's asking that we do this at the office. I make the motion that we institute these new pricing, the new pricing structure.
Also, okay, we have a motion and second discussion.
I would just comment, I had the opportunity, appreciated the time that Lauren gave me, discussing how this came about and the fact that we're giving away a lot that a lot of other counties are charging for, and we probably need to, step up and realize that we have expenses and as do other counties, and we need to go ahead and make these adjustments.
And I think our hope was to have this immediate. We talked about doing first of the year, but I think this needs to go in effect immediately. Mostly concerning the assessment roll sale, because there's a few that could still happen between now and then, and
I would suggest if you would add to your motion, your support, October 1st, please.
that'd be fun.
You're adding that,
I'm
second
here, I'm your support.
Can I make a comment on the date?
Sure.
I have one sitting in my email right now.
Let's make it,
No. Can't play that game, guys.
He emailed me, Monday asking for it. And they needed the price to take back to their board, so.
I think he uses the price we have today. Let's start.
yeah, if they emailed it before our meeting here.
Okay.
But we'll make October 1 still the date.
Yeah.
Just for one of the assessment roll. And the big one.
Mhm.
okay. So we have motion second, we have roll call on this, probably one.
You got a big chart over there, she wasn't doing that.
Yes,
Yes.
Brumman,
Yes,
Johnson,
Yes.
Small.
Yes.
That is approved. On to request for proposal, opioid funds for Freedom Recovery Center. Carolyn, we talked about this.
I'd like to suggest, if I may, that we refer that to the opioid committee. That's the funds that it would come out of. I have done a tiny bit of research on it so far, and, the need is there. Sunrise can't do it all. So, but I would like to have the opportunity to take it to the opioid committee.
So you're making a motion, Senator, or we just?
No.
Okay.
I can say we give to the volunteer.
Yeah. Send that to the opioid committee. Sixth adjustment for the medical examiner's contract amount. We've talked about this a couple times. We've got. Did we pass something on this last one?
We did,
But,
and this is an amendment to that,
so we're gonna do this plus mileage now,
correct?
where we had just a fixed cost before.
The fixed cost would have caused the individual receiving the funds, receiving the payment, to have, it would have added that mileage cost into what they were reporting to IRS. This does not, this makes them two separate things, and it probably should be, and, that is why I will move that we adopt the revised payments for MEIs, level 1, level 2, and level 3 as presented.
Is it? Yeah. Second for. Motion and support?
Yes.
You had some other discussion on this?
Yeah, is this added to the contract, or how are we? By just making the motion, this will amend the contract?
Correct, yes, in essence, yes.
But that doesn't change the total amount of the contract, just changes how we.
It,
It could change it a little bit, because rather than paying the individual $200, let's do one run, $200 for one run. Maybe the run was 5 miles from their home, so they're getting $170 plus 5 times the state rate for mileage. So, yeah, it's not gonna be identical, but it will be very similar.
Okay, I see that. So if our base rates plus mileages will basically. what we-
Yes.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
And as you recall, the other one started, that level one natural started at $200. So we tweaked them all down in a similar fashion.
Okay, I'll probably have roll call on this one too.
Sorry, who was the second on that?
Probably one day later.
Johnson?
Yes.
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 Brumman?
Yes,
Mom?
Yes.
thank you.
So opioid committee requests, opioid committee is requesting approval of $300 from the 284 fund for the purpose of cost related to presentation on history and the use of Narcan. Not Narcan, Narcan. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So when was the date on that, when we were doing that? Didn't we have a date?
October 21st. It's the third Monday, I think it's 21st, I mean. It's the 21st. It's the presentation that Dr. Turek mentioned. Donna Hardy's, who has done this before, will be coming, and she will do a brief history of Narcan, naloxone, and then presentation on administering and, what to expect and so on, and how to do it. It'll be about 45 minutes to an hour. Part of that money, we don't expect to spend the whole 3, probably 150 to 2, maybe a little over 2, but we're gonna have coffee and water and cookies available. It will take place here. We may end up, I'm not saying this for sure, but one of the things we talked about at the committee level was possibly doing this again in February. And then again, maybe like 3 times a year. We don't know. Part of the reason for doing it is people need to feel comfortable if they come across someone who might be in an overdose position, overdose, physically. Hopefully with this, they would have a little better comfort level of administering the Narcan and understanding how it's going to work and so on. And the fact that one dose does not always do it. We have the 4 millimeter ones, or not millimeters, no, it's the liquid measurement. Anyway, we have the smaller, we've had discussions, the 8 one is out, but, there are some groups at this point with discussion with the sheriff, he wants to stick to the 4 right now. And yet, there are a number of places that are using the 8 because the 4, so often they're saying, or I'm reading, that they need to do at least 2 doses of the 4. So that, if you had 1 dose of 8, it saves you doing it second time. Good process.
Why, is there smoke coming out or something, or what,
I wouldn't comment on that.
thank you.
So we'll just think, we'll make a motion on it.
I so.
I'll second that. Any other discussion on that? That's just a, we don't have to have a roll call on that, do we?
You're changing to this.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Passed. So next is a budget amendment for the opioid settlement fund.
we have had, we're not surprised at the fact that we have an increase of revenue in the opioid fund, but we didn't want to be over anxious when we did the budget last November, December, And at this point, we have had an increase of approximately $30,000, and by having them, the motion to amend the 284 budget or fund, not budget, fund, we can bring that up to date and up to what it should be. And I will so move.
Or that motion support, any other discussion? Okay. Okay, we just vote on that,
It's amending the bottom line of the budget.
so we'll have to roll call.
Mull,
Yes.
Yax,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brumman.
Yes,
Motion passes, but with amended budget is 93,500. Some line of extra $500. All right, that is all new business. Finance report. We haven't had a meeting, but things here. Actually, I'm just gonna talk about, we've discussed with the building and grounds. With several of us about Dave's new hire. His 90 days are up. We discussed of moving to 201. But I think we're just gonna wait for the time being, and we'll discuss this at the next meeting, 2 weeks from now. And we had a line transfer in the equalization from just one account to another, just for office supplies. And Adam isn't here, but I would, suppose we will have a finance meeting probably next, 2 Wednesdays from now. Personnel,
Oh, we also haven't had a meeting. Terry, when I was gone, you guys met with register of deeds, I know. Terry, we do have a date on with the union, right? Had a date to start, contract talks in October. Other than that, we don't, it's been a slow 2 weeks.
treasurer's report.
I did not report last time on the conference that we went, they had a session regarding the settlement of the lawsuit. It was the Westford District. And there were certain provisions made in that judgment that we are hoping will be forthcoming for the Eastern District once those suits are settled. There is no time scheduled at this point for those hearings. I will have a report for you in regards to the liability based on that settlement, as well as a few other scenarios in the near future. That's about all I have.
So your opinion is this lawsuit might be coming to end finally?
I'm hoping, yeah, the Western District, there are over 100 cases in the state.
Does it look like it's better than they thought or worse? Indifferent.
I'm not at liberty to speak about that.
Alright. Thank you. Clerk's report.
We received the ballot proofs this morning for the November general election, so we've been reviewing those and we'll be doing so, getting them out to the candidates to review. And that's all we're doing right now.
We have communications in your packet. Feel free to browse them at your leisure. Committee reports. Let's start with Carolyn.
had a couple different meetings. The SCOTA worked with the airport, joint zoning board met, our primary purpose was to approve the Cleta building, the new building that we want to put up. It's a metal building, 60 by 70 by 14. The purpose of expanding the apprentice program training area. The expansion will house a training aircraft and aircraft systems for training. This is their application. I can make copies for people if they would like to have them. That training program started in 2017. They have 194 active apprentices. As you may recall, it's a 32-month program. 80% retention back to Coletta of those people who graduate from it. But there is no retention requirement if you just are part of that training team. They have 200 in the current class. They have an oral and a practical exam. The tests are in Canton, and if they have graduated from that, besides their kit for doing the work, they start at $26 an hour, which is a little better than the guns. So, in addition, had and we did have elections, and I continue to be chairman of that board. 211 board meeting yesterday. We reviewed the budget, and we will be approving that at the full membership meeting, and we'll be doing a final approval at our October meeting, and then the full board will be meeting in November, and we will have that final approval. Opioid committee met on Monday. As you know, I already have given us passage for the $300, and I thank you for that. We will take under our belt the new one on the Freedom Recovery Center. We will be looking at that probably at our November meeting, since our October meeting will be taken up with the presentation that Donna's going to be doing. ACCOA had a budget meeting, and we would ask if, with the board's permission, please. Originally, we had asked for, indicated that the executive director would be doing her presentation on Wednesday, October 2nd. Because she has a conference that day, that week actually, we are asking if that could please be moved to our second meeting, which would be the 16th of October, if that is in agreement for our board members. If that's okay, I would ask the clerk to please put it on the October board agenda. And that's primary stuff, I think. Wow.
Let's follow up a little bit, Mission Works on the Coletta apprentice program, has been talking about it too, they're very excited about the project. I don't know if they put money into it, if Mission Works has put money into it, I thought they, I think they might have.
I think they somehow they've been supportive of it, but I don't know the details.
They seem very excited about it, in the meetings I've been having. Also, I attended the COH meeting with Alpena. They have a few issues that are going on, nothing financial or anything at this time. And that's all I have.
We did not have a Northern Michigan Association of Counties meeting this month. We did have, Caledonia Township did have election, had a recount, and I guess we're happy to say it came out 100%. So that is kudos to all our election officials and clerk's office. It's gotta be a happy day for you guys.
Not that way.
And that's about it. All I have.
Parks and Rec, so we had a meeting there, we did get on the snowmobile side, got the snowmobile grant for 25. We anticipate getting the ORV grant, hasn't been completed yet, but everything looks like we will probably get it. That'll add the pretty quite a different spectrum to what we've been doing over the past few years as far as how Oklahoma County's been interacting with the trails. So we're gonna be a lot more side by side and more dirt work, in addition to the snowmobile work. Kevin did give us an update on the ARA site. Fair did very well. Motocross is doing good. They have races every week. They're very thankful and using the property. Soccer is going full swing. I thought, well, Kevin was, I gotta get with you, Cheryl, because I thought we wrote on there that I had wrote in budgeted some money for limestone for the parking lot for the soccer field, but Kevin seemed to think it wasn't budgeted, so if you could give me a minute or two after, we could look at that, make sure. I remember I had written it on there, so one of the things I had wanted was that we get a soccer. I don't know if anybody here has had soccer. I know some people in the audience has, that parking lot gets muddy. And, so I thought we needed to get some limestone down there, those people's their taxes like the rest of us, so. Hopefully during this dry spell, we're gonna have, Myra, who's the snowmobile group that uses the track, is hiring Troy Excavating, Bob Troy, is it Bob? Brian's the one that passed away.
Yes.
Bob Troy Excavating, bringing his grader down to grade the track, get a good grade on it for the snowmobile races this winter. So that's going along good. City of Harrisville. It's a fun time over there at the city of Harrisville. Actually, the last meeting was really pretty good. They're doing well. They're working on their RRC. They're ready. What does that RRC mean? Something ready community.
Redevelopment, I mean.
Redevelopment ready community. So they're trying to get that back going again and anticipate that's gonna happen. Kind of stalled here for the last month, couple months actually. You have an update, I believe, in your packet on the, thought there was internet, so we got some update from Cherry Capital, EDC. We did meet with, NEMCOG and a couple other groups talking about, some new initiatives when any time a municipality opens up the roads. To dig once policy and trying to get communities to do that. So if you open up the road and you're putting something in, let's put everything in while we're doing it. So, other than that, that's it for me.
How about they talk about the distressed grant for Cherry Capital or?
That hasn't been applied for, you mean for Lincoln itself?
Yes.
That has, nothing's been done yet. We did talk about it, but it's kind of in Lincoln's, their hands to go ahead and take care of getting it started.
Craig, who's working with the grants for, the, and.
Same ones. Ken Coastal now is the new treasurer. And, so he kind
Right
of,
through NEMCOG.
no, that's a DNR grant, the snowmobile.
Oh,
grant.
it's, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
that's great.
And the ORV is the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Those are both DNR trail grants.
I do have one other thing. I don't know why I didn't put it down, it's been there for months, but, in talking with the people who are most involved, the medical examiner, the new medical examiner situation seems to be going very well. They're very pleased with it, and I think it is our problems, our issues, I think are behind us.
I had to share this with Carolyn, I don't know what I told you about, so I updated the city council on the medical examiner, but before I did, they had approved, I don't know, it's probably been on Facebook, they're having Hurstville. That's a big hearse celebration here in Harrisville. You guys heard of this? Yeah. Anybody? Okay, well, so they approved it that night. So there's gonna be a bunch of hearses here in Harrisville in October sometime, and I said, well, I thought this would be kind of another one. A one-off on the medical examiner, but it was right along with your Hurstville, so. Yeah, they'll be, and they're gonna use over here at the tennis courts. So if you're doing pickleball, they get to see them. I think there's gonna be a bunch of them lined up. They're coming from all over.
Okay, it's like a car show.
Is it
Yeah.
First car, like a car show. First.
a horse drawn type or? is
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Dave, I too have to follow up on something else here. I mentioned, material management. I did attend the Zoom meeting on that. We are scheduling meetings on that, but not meeting until I think October. It's gonna be the first one and, we'll go forward with that.
Did we ever find out on that bill that we got?
That bill will be, this is my understanding from RRS is that we will, I'm being told is that it will be reimbursed for that. It's not due right now, so I would hold off on paying it right now.
Okay.
Until we have more information.
Okay. Alright.
But it sounds like when the grant comes in, that's going to pay for that. That's what the RRS was saying to me.
Yeah, it sounded like the first year grant, the first year grant goes totally to,
Is
to
that
that,
take care of
put
that
this together.
What Alpina's charging there is basically RRS is doing what they're doing the charging, so there's too many billings going on there, I think, but hopefully.
Yep.
We'll work out the details.
Alright.
And that would be our first face-to-face meeting with all of the commissioners that are on the board.
Did they get the boards completely
No. It's just in the.
beginning
As
stages?
Terry keeps saying, it's just in the beginning stages.
Sure. Alright. On to public comment, that's 5 minutes, say your name and township. Here. Any additional comments? Commissioners, we kind of went through that, right? Well, I guess we'll adjourn our meeting, 2:15, we'll have our next one October 2nd, 1:30. Thank you.